In today's demo, we're going to talk about the bowler console functions and allowing the front desk to make modifications to the bowler console so that you can control what your bowlers can and cannot do at your bowling center. So for our demo today, I'm going to work on lanes just 1 and 2. If I click on 1 and 2 here and then click on this bowler console, I'm going to work on lane 1 and 2. If I want to work on a selection of lanes, I can always select groups like so. And my favorite way to do this, since you usually will make changes to the whole entire center, click here, click on Bowlers Tables, and it will select all 8 lanes that are up and running in our demo room. As you can see here, when you have a question mark, it means that some lanes have the bar call turned on and some lanes have the bar call turned off. So a question mark means that when I'm looking at lanes 1 through 8, we have a difference. Some are on and some are off. Okay? The check mark means that they are all on, and no check mark means that they are all off. Okay, so let me explain. This tab here is for open play bowlers, and you have different tabs for open play and league play. So this tab here is for leagues and tournaments. So when you send a tournament out to the lanes with the tournament cup icon, the settings are different for league bowlers than they are for open play. So let's go over here to open play and we'll explain what all these features do. This checkbox here says that when I have this box enabled, it is going to allow the bowlers to make modifications. If we turn this off, the whole entire bowler console will do nothing at all. So pressing any button won't have any effect at all. It's normally used for when you have some kids that are just playing around with the bowler console and you want to just turn them off real quick. Okay? The next one here, if it's checked, edit the bowler name, allows the bowler to change his name, make modifications, averages, blind scores, skip a bowler, stuff like that. Rescan pins, if this one is checked, allows the bowler to tell the camera to take another picture of the pins in case there was a late falling pin. If this box here is checked, you can do score corrections. This box is checked, it allows the bowler to delete a throw. So if somebody bowled on the wrong lane, you're going to allow them to erase frame by frame if they need to do so. This box here, if it's checked, allows the bowler to select different languages. So if you have some people that speak Italian or Spanish or one of the other multiple languages that we have, checking this box here allows the bowler to select his language on the bowler console. Therefore, his monitors will be displayed in his native language. The bar call. This bar call allows the bowler to ask for the waitress or waiter to come by the bowling lanes. So I'm going to turn this off for open play bowlers because normally you don't have waitresses and waiters running around asking for drink orders. This box here is help and mechanic call. When this box is checked, it allows the bowlers to ask for help from the mechanic, and if you have the service light hooked up in the back, a light or a buzzer could be turned on or off, letting the mechanic know that there's some help that needs attention on this pair of lanes. Okay? Okay, moving on. This checkbox here allows you to enable the bowlers to skip a bowler. So if he's on the phone or outside getting something out of his car, whatever the case may be, if you need to skip a player, having this box checked will allow the bowler that's up to bowl, if it's his turn, he will be skipped. Checking this box here is for automatic bumpers. It's going to allow the bowler to say that he wants bumpers for a specific bowler or not. The swap team checkbox is for swapping the whole entire bowler's lineup on the screens. So for example, let's say you have Team A is on lane 1 and Team B is on lane number 2, and you're in tournament play. If you need to swap everybody's names from lane 1 to lane 2, you check this box here, and then the bowlers from the bowler console can swap the entire set of names on each of the lanes for that pair. If we check this box here for blind, you're allowing the bowlers to select the blind checkbox, and blind means that the bowler is not here. If we check this box for handicap, you are allowing the bowlers to enter in a handicap for each one of the players. If we have this box here checked, you are allowing the bowlers to cycle or reset the pin setter from the bowler console. Special functions, if this box is checked, you're allowing the bowlers to use the special function keys, which are displayed here. This is a screenshot of the actual bowler console and their functions that are available to them. And when we're talking about special function keys, we're talking about the edit bowler, add bowler, swap team, rescan pins, correct score, and delete the last throw. Those are what we call special function keys, and those allow you to make quick entries into the system without having to press enter and then going through the actual menu. Now, continuing on, we're going to talk about the clear score, add bowler, and delete bowler functions on the bowler console. We have three selections: auto, disabled, and enabled. And I'm going to explain them separately. The enabled button, the enabled checkbox here, if you select this button, it means that they will be able to clear the score at any time. Add a bowler, if I check it here, they can add a bowler at any time. Delete bowler, of course, if I enable it, they can delete the bowler at any time. If we select disabled, then during clear score, they will never be able to clear the score. Add a bowler and disabled, they will not be able to add a bowler. Disabled for delete bowler, they cannot delete a bowler. Now, auto is a nice little function, and all of our selections here for open play are set on auto. And what auto is it allows the front desk to communicate with the bowler console, and it says, if the lane is in post-paid bowling, then we can, if it's on auto, we will allow the bowlers to add a bowler from the bowler console. But if the lane was sold in prepaid bowling, then we have it set on auto. The bowlers will not be able to add a player to the lane because the lane is going to start asking for money after the bowlers have left the lane. So typically for a prepaid situation, the bowlers will come to the front desk and have to add a bowler at the front desk. Same thing for delete a bowler. If it's prepaid, we have it on auto. They will not be able to remove that player. They will have to go to the front desk to do so. Another feature about the auto functions here are during time bowling. So if you have sold the lane by the hour and you have this set on auto, even if it's prepaid or postpaid, since they are renting the lane by the hour, it makes no difference if they add a bowler or delete a bowler. So the auto function takes care of realizing how the lane was sold originally. There are a few more buttons on this screen. The clear all button will actually clear all these check marks, and the set all will set all of them on so that you don't have to click on each and every separate checkbox. Remember, whenever you make a change on this screen, you're going to click on Send to Lane, and it keeps this window open in case you wanted to make some more changes without having to come back to this screen. If you make some changes and you're happy with what you want, if you made a change, like so, if you hit Send to Lane and Close, it will send the information to the bowler's lanes, and then it will close this window. Okay? Now, remember, again, these were the settings for open play. If I go over here to Leagues and Tournaments, we may want to turn on the bar call and change language. We can hit Send to Lane. And as you can see, the clear score has been disabled for league play because we don't want them to clear their scores by mistake. Add a bowler has been enabled, and delete a bowler has been enabled for leagues and tournaments. We also have ticket dispenser settings window. If we check this box here, it says that we have a ticket dispenser on lanes 1 through 8, but we don't turn it on here because our demo room does not have the ticket dispenser. You can set up the system to dispense certain number of tickets for every, for every 10 points they get, dispense 2 tickets. Remember, the question mark here means that some lanes have different settings. If I wanted to say give 1 ticket for every time they throw the ball, this one here is give me maybe 10 tickets for every strike, and maybe 8 tickets for a spare, and we're going to dispense 0 tickets for a gutter ball. There are other settings for the bowler console, and this is where the installation team will set up what kind of a bowler console you have, whether it be a keyboard, joystick, wireless, or touch screens. And some of the functions over here are for certain things that happen while they're bowling. Automatic insert names request when the lane is open with default names. So by checking this box, you are actually enabling the bowler console to display a message on the screen that says, enter your name and press enter to continue. I'll show you how that works. Okay, so on this screen here, I've simulated what the overhead monitors would look like on lane 1 and 2 because I sold the lanes, both lanes. I put 3 players on the lane. And as you can see here, the bowlers are presented with the screen where it says, insert your name and press enter to confirm, or press the escape button to cancel. It's just something that helps the bowlers go right into entering their name without having to look for the menu of how to change names. It's a very nice feature. Now back to our bowler console settings. Other settings, we talked about automatic insert names. The menu that the screen that we were just showing you earlier, it timed out after 90 seconds. So if you want to increase this amount of time, this in seconds is a function that basically says after the bowlers have stopped pressing any keys or there's absolutely no activity on the bowler console, after 90 seconds goes by, just put the regular scoring grids up there and make whatever was on that screen go away. Sometimes the bowlers will press the enter button by mistake or whatever the case may be, and the menu is up on the screen, so we have it set at 90 seconds and that screen will go away automatically. Okay, this box, if it's checked, stands for bowlers console data has priority over the front desk data. It means that if the bowlers are entering in their names and averages and handicaps and information that's necessary, if the front desk was to open up the lane and add 1 more player, it used to be that the front desk would override all of your data. So if the bowlers are typing in 4 players' names and averages and handicaps and bumpers and all that information, if the front desk added a bowler, it would overwrite all of that information that the bowlers just did. So this is a very good feature. Leave this one checked so that way that the bowlers console always has the priority over what the front desk is doing. Okay? This feature here, when the lane is opened, bowlers can be added from the bowler console. This is a feature that we have normally turned off. If you'd like to turn it on, it's basically saying I'm going to sell the lane with just 1 player, and the bowlers can add as many players as they need to. Okay, these 3 check boxes here are for the actual bowler console. It's basically saying that if you're using the intercom system, that the bowler's console, the intercom sold by Steltronic is a wireless intercom system. So if you check these boxes, it will activate the actual intercom system. So the question mark, space bar, and mechanic call buttons are to activate the wireless intercom system. If you have a hardwired intercom system and the A-phone system is at the front desk, these really don't have anything to do with the hardwired intercom. Hardwired intercom is just something that is completely separate. And only 1 more button on this screen that we can talk about here is send the calibration for touchscreens. Since we have our bowler console set up for keyboards, if we were to make these changes and say that on lanes 1 through 8 we have touchscreens, if I click on this button right here, we would actually send the calibration screen onto the touchscreens, onto the bowler console, and it requires somebody to walk down and actually touch the X's that are on the screen so that the calibration is in perfect calibration. Okay, so that is basically all of the settings for our bowler console. I hope you understand it. If you need some more help, please feel free to call our technical support line at 1-800-942-5939. Thank you. Have a great day.